My first job was at an organisation called Waveney Apple Growers. That was on the Norfolk-Suffolk border, and my role there was to make sure that apples and pears were presented very well for when they appeared in supermarkets. I went on from Waveney Apple Growers into accountancy, and accountancy taught me an awful lot about being professional, being accountable, working collaboratively, and also evolving as an individual. And it was those skills and those values that I wanted to put to good use for a purpose that I really believed in, and that's what led me to join the social housing sector in 2006. My first impressions of Saffron were it was a very warm organisation. I felt that I'd been very well received by the staff here within the organisation. It was also an organisation whose board and staff had a very clear sense of where they were going, and this clear sense was presented to me in a document called the Positive Futures Corporate Plan. I don't think it's so much change, but spending my early months here at Saffron, speaking with staff, speaking with customers, and getting some first-hand experience of the services we deliver has really clarified what we're trying to do. So we have got a very strong focus on improving services to you, and we're taking great care about the way we communicate with you in a very open and honest way. I want Saffron to stand as a beacon for respect, for fairness, and for hope. And the reason I say that is we're very aware of the impact a safe and secure home can have on people's ability to live a happy and healthy and positive life. And actually we live in an increasingly divided world where more and more people's needs, housing needs, care needs, are not being met by the market. And this is where we have a huge role to play. And that's why communications with you are really, really important. We need to listen, we need to understand the way housing and care needs across Norfolk and Suffolk are changing, and make sure as an organisation we're in a position to adapt and respond to that. I'm open-minded about that, and it's something we'd really welcome your views on. You know, one of my inspirations growing up in social housing was a lady who was adamant that she was a tenant. And she said that because she didn't believe she had choice in where she lived. Now, the reason the organisation is increasingly using the word customer in its communications with you is that we believe it sets the tone for the type of service and the improvements we want to make. And it's true to say we also provide care to thousands of people for whom we're not a landlord, and that's moved us towards using customer as a broader phrase. Given our focus on improving services and the way we communicate with you, customer voice has an integral part to play. We do have to recognise it's early days with customer voice. We are incredibly grateful for the energy and enthusiasm of the people who've stepped forward to become part of the group. Over time, I would love customer voice to be reflecting the views of our customers, to be scrutinising our policy and our performance as an organisation, and providing insights to our board. Our challenges are both internal challenges in terms of the way we deliver services and challenges that are external to the organisation. Internally, we've been really focused over the last few months on increasing the pace at which we're letting homes, repairing properties, and acknowledging and resolving complaints, and we've made some really good improvements in those areas. We also have some really big challenges in the wider world, and it's likely two of the events that will define this decade are the Grenfell Tower tragedy and Brexit. So thinking first about the Grenfell Tower tragedy, Whilst a particular time will mean we have a different focus as an organisation, our first priority will always be to continually ask ourselves, are we doing everything we possibly can to keep you and our staff safe? While we don't know right now what the eventual impact of Brexit is going to be, we do have plans in place, so we're as prepared as we possibly can be to make sure we continue to provide great services to you. My proudest moment over the first few months has been a note I received from an individual whose parents were incredibly proud of their independence but had an increasing care need. Now, on moving into one of our housing with care schemes, the well-being of this individual's parents increased significantly, as did his peace of mind. Creating stories like this is what I want my legacy to be in the organisation. Gosh, you're asking me to choose between my wife and my two daughters. What I'm going to take is a photo of all three of them. That will keep me smiling, and the other item will be my running shoes, which will keep me healthy.